Today I built 3 Mocs based around 3 big sets and what their escorts would look like. So let's jump right into building. The first Moc that I'm going to be starting out with is going to be the biggest Moc out of the 3 Mocs that I build for this challenge today. So if the intro wasn't totally clear enough, basically what I'm going to be doing is building a Moc based around a certain big set, and then I'm also going to be including 2 escort sets that are smaller than the actual set but go well together with the set. So for this first Moc, what I'm going to be building is a Christophsis Moc, and then my main set that I'm going to be having on this Moc is going to be the 2013 LAAT gunship, which is going to be escorted by 2 BARC speeders. But instead of just having the sets on display, I'm going to make it more interesting and adding a little battle at the bottom of the Moc. So what I have to do is just set up the minifigures on the clone side, and then set up the droid forces, and then set up the sets. I'm going to be adding some minifigures into the gunship just to add extra details. And then lastly, I just have to set them up on top of the Moc. So I just finished the first Moc, and hopefully the rules are clear now and the boundaries that I've set for this challenge. I went off the scene where Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Mace Windu are all in a gunship discussing about Anakin and Revenge of the Sith. And you can see in the background there are 2 BARC speeder bikes that seem to be escorting the vehicle. I also added some battle on the ground part of this Moc just to add some extra detail. Now on to the next Moc. For this next Moc that I'm going to be building, the main set that I'm going to be using for this Moc is going to be the AT-AP. Its escort vehicles are going to be 2 swamp speeders down at the floor. I was thinking about building Felucia because Kashyyyk would be too obvious to build, but I didn't have the necessary parts to build Felucia, so we're gonna go with Kashyyyk. But to switch it up a little bit from my normal Kashyyyk Mocs, I added some bushes in the back as well as some dark green plating, because now I have quite a bit of that, as well as just adding part of a tree trunk on the other side of the Moc. So basically what I'm focusing on now is just adding a whole bunch of details to the trunk of the tree. Then once I'm done with that, I'm just gonna add the AT-AP, the swamp speeders, a couple of 41st Elite Corps scouts, and a few Wookiee warriors to know that this is Kashyyyk. And that's basically everything for this Moc. I think this Moc turned out really well. Since the beaches of Kashyyyk are super big, I didn't add any water because the water was super far away from any vegetation. So the sand part of this Moc is super flat and doesn't have too much detail, although I did try adding a whole bunch of plates in there. But definitely the best looking part of this Moc is definitely the back trees and vegetation in the back corners of the Moc. Now on to our last and final Moc. I thought it was only fair to do this set justice and have it go last. My last set that I'm going to be making a Moc with is going to be the AT-TE. And for its escort, I'm going to be using my custom AT-RTs from the 2020 501st Battle Pack. I'm just going to be adding a road in the part of the Moc and then just having it split off and adding some couple of pieces of terrains, which I'm going to be using dark tan to build with. Since the road was looking a little bit blank and kind of flat and boring, I decided to add some command post stations on the part of the road that was kind of visible from the point of view that I'd be showing the Moc from. Now we just have to add the minifigures and we're done. I think this Moc turned out really well, and I'm super happy to see my AT-RTs back in action again. It's been a while since I've used them in Mocs, and I'm super happy to see them. Overall, I think this Moc turned out really well. So I just finished building all of these escort Mocs, and I think they turned out super well. This one is definitely one of my favorites. It's definitely the largest. It's Christophsis. I keep coming back to this planet because I really enjoyed when I built it on a larger scale. Then I made a Kashyyyk one over here with the AT-AP and 2 swamp speeders down here as the escort, with some Wookiees down there as well as some scout troopers, as well as a tree back there. And then my last one, I just did an AT-TE, which would be escorted by my custom AT-RTs right there that I built quite a long time ago. So yeah, and then this one over here is the gunship, and then the speeders are the escort. But that's going to wrap up this video here. If you guys like this type of content, consider subscribing. If you like the video, leave a like down below, and I'll see you all in the next video.